All right, what up, YouTube? Back at y'all another episode of Running With You. This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G. And man, it's been a while since I made some content, man. Let's go ahead on and bring in the new year right, bro. Let's go ahead on and get back to the videos for y'all, back to the content for y'all to listen to while y'all at work, at school, doing your thing, cleaning around the house. Let's talk about the talk of the town right now on the internet. Travis Hunter, man. What do I feel about Travis Hunter? A lot of people got their opinions on the kid. This is a young kid. I think he's like 21 years old. This is probably his first girlfriend that he's like actually in love with. Uh, a lot of people are giving their opinion. A lot of people are bashing this guy like they never made a mistake. How many of us dealt with a man or dealt with a woman and everybody told us not to mess with them? Everybody told us, yeah, they ain't no good for you. I'm just looking out for your best interest. Your family members, people in your circles. That's your people who you should be looking to the most to be getting this. Not a lot of outsiders. But when you bring your relationship to the internet, you're going to get a lot of outsiders. These are content creator couples. You know, they can't have it both ways. You can't get a lot of praise and a lot of support. But then when people criticize you and make comments about you and your relationship, you get mad when that happens. Talking about oh, why y'all talking about my girl? You a content creator couple. Like you can't, when you open up that Pandora's box, you can't get mad when the bashing come. You can't get mad when the criticism come. It ain't gonna be all just support and roses, you know. But I don't like when a lot of these people who got access to Travis Hunter, that got, arm's length access to him, could just one phone call away, one DM away, they team get with his team, or just when they see him out and about, just give him a little bit of advice. I don't like when they get to making opinions and stuff. Like when your guys like Bow Wow, Bow Wow was hot at one point in time. Bow Wow had his fair share of women. He been with a lot of women in the industry. He been with a lot of gold diggers, I bet. He bumped his head a lot of times. I'm pretty sure he got a good, clear view of the landscape of things. Like Bow Wow was around before social media, before streaming, before all this. So he kind of like got the best of both worlds when it comes to this knowledge that he's trying to give. But when guys like Bow Wow and Dez Bryant and all these guys are making videos instead of talking to Travis personally, that's what I don't like. Me, I could make a video. Travis probably not 9 times out of 10 not going to see this. But when you actual celebrity and you making an opinion, when you could just actually talk to this guy, that's what I don't like. Because now you're doing it for clout. You could have told that man that in private. So that's what I don't like. But I do feel like a lot of people are trying to look out for his best interest. I do feel like a lot of people are telling him this is too many red flags. It's way more red flags than green flags. And I'm gonna break all that down. But of course he's gonna take it as hating. Of course we all did it. We all been there. We all gotta bump our heads. Men, they gotta go through, the turmoil. They gotta go through the mud. That's all a part of becoming a man. You're gonna have your fair share of females that's ratchets, that's hoes, that's sneaky, that's with you for the wrong reasons. In a female, you're gonna have your fair share of men that's lazy, bums, broke, no ambition, jailbirds, you know, lying, conniving. You're gonna run through your fair share of men before you realize what you really want at a young age. You gotta go through the fire. Not everybody is gonna have a happily ever ending to the relationship. Oh, you married your high school sweetheart, y'all been together for 50 years and y'all was inseparable. Like that rarely ever happens. Even without all this stuff going on with his girl, it's a high likely chance that they will break up. Just because you don't usually, for the most part, most people don't usually end up with they first love or their first real relationship. For the most part, you're gonna go through the ringer. You're gonna go through the ringer with a few people before you really realize what you want and what your boundaries going to be and what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. Even I've been through it. You know, a lot of guys, you've been in a relationship with a female, or you've been in uh what you call it, a complicated relationship with somebody, an entanglement, if you will, or you just had a baby with somebody and it wasn't planned, so that's just a part of life growing up. And right now this man is in love. Who gonna tell him? You think this man really gonna leave his girl just because somebody else telling him? How many girls ain't left a bullshit ass nigga and got pregnant by him, and they mama was telling him leave him, and they daddy didn't approve of him, and they cousins and they brothers. Same with a dude. Bullshit ass female he messed around with her way too long, got her pregnant, and they not together. As soon as the baby come, they not together. It always end up like that. But the point I'm trying to get to is, most people when they're young, they gotta go through the fire. They gotta touch that stove and burn their hand themselves to know, oh, that stove is hot. Let me not touch that no more. They gotta go through it. But let's break it down. First of all, even besides all the fact that she was saying this and she was saying that about, oh yeah, he wasn't even my type when we first met. Besides that, she said, and I quote, "I'm Latina, so tequila run through my veins." Then he was saying, oh yeah, my girl, she was drinking herself to sleep every night because of the comments and the memes and all that. They deactivated their pages. That's a red flag right there. You that young and you drinking and you doing all this and drinking yourself to sleep, getting drunk and all that. That's a red flag right there. Even besides the fact that she said, oh, he isn't my type, found out who he was, and all of a sudden he is her type. That's a red flag right there. You doing excessive drinking like that? Oh no, that's a problem right there. That's problematic. And you can't control your temper. We seen what she did at the game, where she was all in the crowd, fussing at him or whatever. It's a time and a place for everything, and that was the time and the place for that. I think she need to get some real, talking points from other ladies that's married to ball players and athletes to know, the do's and the don'ts. Just like when she was sitting down and she didn't stand up, that was another situation. But the thing that really got me is when she said, oh yeah, man, he don't drink and I drink. We used to go to the parties and get dropped off by him, and he used to be sitting in the car waiting for hours. That was crazy to me. That was crazy. Like, how green can you be? How much of a simp can you be? And sometimes I'll be thinking like, well, maybe it's because it's his upbringing, like guys like him and Zion, like these guys be athletic as hell, but they be growing up in nice neighborhoods and they just so happen was athletic. Or they was growing up in a certain neighborhood, but then they were so good, they got into a good school around a lot of different other mixed biracial people or whatever. And they just don't really have that certain upbringing to be like, man, this ain't the right girl. When you in a certain upbringing, you kind of got to be quick on your feet. You can't just be green and naive out here. You know what I'm saying? Like in a certain environment, you gotta quickly grow up and know the do's and the don'ts. But even then, you'll still make mistakes. Like how many dudes in a bad environment got a bad situation going on? But even then, you'll kind of know it, but you'll kind of accept like, well, this the type of girl for me, but when you green and you growing up in a certain neighborhood and you getting all these girls up on you, it's hard to just navigate that, and especially growing up in the social media era. Like right now, like I was saying, like how Bow Wow, he had the best of both worlds. Me, I'm 35, so I had the best of both worlds. I know how life was before social media, when you had to go up to a girl in the mall, get her number, write it down on your hand, and then call her when you get home. I know about that. A lot of these dudes, they don't know about that, especially when they athletic and they getting all these girls up in their face and all that, and they don't even know who really like them for them. So that's a whole nother story right there. But my thing is, I ain't like when she was saying he was waiting outside, she was getting all drunk. They said they was together for 5 years. There's videos coming out of 3 years ago, her being in videos with other dudes twerking. her being at a party dancing on other dudes for like Halloween or something. The money sign with the money emoji with the hard eyes on Anthony Edwards' face. I mean, on Anthony Edwards' comment section. Like, like how much more evidence do you need, bro? And at the end of the day, that's his girl. He probably don't care about all that. For all we know, she could have told him about all that, or he probably found that out already. You know, look at Offset and Cardi B. All the stuff, but that was a different situation because Cardi B was like an icon. This girl is just a regular girl. So yeah, I can't really use that example. So, but at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, you know, it's just a whole lot of red flags coming out. And if he's willing to accept it, then everybody else should. At the end of the day, the only people who should be really telling him something is his people in his circle and his friends and his family, which is technically the people in his circle, basically. You know, other than that, that man gonna do what he gonna want to do. You know how many times I didn't have partners and they was messing with a certain girl, and I was like, yeah, man, I don't think you should mess with her. She ain't right. And they still go double back and mess with that girl way longer than they should have, and probably had a baby or two by. Countless. You know, even me, like I said, man, I didn't been with my baby mama way longer than I probably should have been with her. You know, all the toxic and turmoil we didn't been through. But when you young, and especially when you in love, especially if that person break your virginity, because I think she broke his virginity, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't really believe that. That's what I heard, but I don't believe that. But, you know, when you got all that going, it's hard to just break away and just leave. You know, it's easy for somebody to look out for your best interest and tell you to leave than the person who's in in them shoes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the stuff with Anthony Edwards is crazy. Then she got the money tattoo on the ring finger. Like, what that telling you? Money over love. You know? But I could say it, I could say right now, boy, about 5 years from now, when that day come, that divorce come, oh boy, the internet he think he having hell right now, boy, the internet gonna give him pure hell. You know how many basketball players had got divorced and the wife just took them to the cleaners? A lot, you know. And that's another thing. If they do get married and he try to get a prenup, if she don't want it, that's telling right there. You know, but prenup or no prenup, if he have a kid by, she got him for 18 years. You know. And it's looking like Zion Williamson, like, oh man, all the heat off of me right now, boy. Everybody on his ass now. But yeah, man, the man gonna do what he want to do, basically, bro. Me personally, is he going outside? Yeah, but haven't we all been through this? Is basically what I'm saying. Everybody in the comment section saying all this, meanwhile they girl cheating on them. Everybody in the comment section saying all this, meanwhile they didn't crashed out over a girl when they was his age. And that's the whole point of giving advice. When you've been through something and you could tell somebody, oh man, I've been through this, but everybody gonna feel like my girl different. My girl ain't like that. My girl will never do that to me. Shh. Keep living. And then who knows? This girl probably could actually grown to have liked him. Maybe he witnessed type, and then she found out who he was, and then now, you know, they got together and she started really appreciating him for who he is, and he probably actually a good guy. Maybe she did, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. That go all out the window when mad day come. And hell have no fury than like a woman scorn. I don't know if I butchered that quote. Hell have no fury like a woman scorn. Yeah. So when mad day come and she ready to take him to the cleaners and take him for everything he got, oh, that day gonna come. He just got to do something small, slip up one time. He basically on probation. Slip up one time. The best thing he could do, hold off on the marriage. Don't pump your brakes. See how y'all could deal with this limelight Why the spotlight on you for a while? Hold off on the marriage. After you get married, hold off on the kid. And then when you do get married, get a prenup. That's the best thing he could do. You know. But you're gonna still seeing a lot of this because a lot of these guys are growing up in this social media era. And this social media era, girls got more options than they ever had now. And when I say options, I don't mean serious options as far as, taking a man taking them serious, but just guys hitting them up in the palm of their hand. And that's another video I'm gonna have to make. I think I'm gonna have to do a part 2 on how social media has changed the landscape of dating. And it has drastically changed the landscape of dating when it comes to these athletes, these young streamers. A lot of these streamers and athletes are bringing their girls around. They're being content creation couples. These girls are having X amount of followers on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and they just monkey branch into the next dude. If they following up, if they break up today, this girl right here, she done got her followers up, she done got her brand deals, and then the next dude, they gonna want to date her just cause she probably. These girls in the industry just always get passed around. They just always get passed around, But she definitely, if she want to get wifed up, she definitely gonna have to talk to some woman that's been a basketball player side chick or a basketball player wife, for a very long time, because they get paid very good money, but you got to know how to act the part. And what she's doing with him, she's not acting the part. She will run away the next athlete that will probably have taken her serious because she is attractive. And the one of the big things was, she was Latina, she ain't even black, so that caused a whole nother debate, because a lot of people feel like, stick with your black community, that way if y'all do divorce, the money is still going back into the black community. But word is her mama is actually black, got some black in her, so she's kind of like mixed, so I guess she black. But that was a whole different another debate. Because you see more and more of these athletes marrying these white girls, and it go back to who they're around. It go back to who they're around. If you in the school and the ratio of white people to black people is this to that, and majority of the girls you around are white, odds are you gonna date a white girl. Odds are you gonna date a white girl. Not to mention they're more submissive, less combative, less likely to talk back and all that. Which dudes like, because for the main part, a dude just wants you to be their piece. That's the main thing. Men are simple. All we want you to do is clean, cook, not be a nag, and be loyal. That's pretty much it. If you could just follow all them things, you pretty much could land most dudes and have them take you serious, not just a hit. But Travis Hunter, man, that dude seemed like a good dude, bro. Like, I don't wish no bad on him, but I do think that any man who's dealt and experienced with a lot of women could see that this relationship ain't gonna last too long. You already got a lot of dudes got her on Snapchat showing her cooking for them, doing freaky gestures and all that. Like, it's just not looking good, bro. It's not looking good. It's not, unless he a cook. But other than that, everybody gonna feel like, man, my girl can't do that. My girl can't do this. My girl can't have a past. But nah, I wouldn't just exactly in the past. Y'all been together for 5 years. Some of this stuff came out during the time y'all was together. Now, it's been mixed answers on that. Some people saying, these things came out actually before they was together. But I'm not buying that. And another thing about it, I think he was in high school when she was in college, so she's kind of much older than him. And that's something that's kind of not to getting talked about. But if it was the other way around, it definitely would have been a bigger talking point. But that's just my opinion, man. Let me know in the comment section down below, man. What's your opinion on the Travis Hunter and his girlfriend situation? I think the young lady name is Leanna. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Is Travis Hunter crashing out? Is he's just being green and a dummy? Or, you know, y'all on the girl side, like she hasn't done anything wrong. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of girls that'll come to her events and that sisterhood thing and be like, girl, you ain't do nothing wrong and all this and all that. Accountability is a motherfucker for them. But y'all let me know in the comment section below, man. I've been doing this for 20 minutes on this topic, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.